Hello, it's Claire. I have been diagnosed with ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. Ulcerative colitis when I was 9 and Crohn's in June 2018. It is now October 2018 and I am committed to fully healing and getting over this, because only a few months ago in June I was in hospital, unable to look after my little girl, and that was a big turning point for me. So I'm just going to run through some of my old stories that I would like to release, because I have stopped taking medication. I have stopped taking holistic, L-glutamine as a plaster for the guts, which I was taking, all these things, zinc tablets, digestive enzymes, this, that and the other, doing special diets. I've just gone, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to eat what makes me happy, eat what I feel like. I'm not going to be worried about taking all these pills, and I'm going to release this energetically and release the trauma out of my body and the trauma out of my cells, release my old stories and start again. So, old story. Oh, there's so many fears, and I'm also on the west gate of the shamanic wheel, which is Mighty Otorongo and Mother Sister Jaguar, and that's all about releasing and clearing your fears. So this is a perfect time for me to do this, and I feel very blessed that I think the west gate might have even brought up this illness so that I can clear it. And I think that is the true power of shamanic healing. And this knowledge descended from the Incas, which has been that energy that's helping me, that has been around forever. And it's letting your shadow self into the light. And ulcerative colitis has been my shadow for the last 24 years. Since I was 9, it's controlled my life. And now I'm freeing myself. That makes me extremely emotional and just happy, but sad, but scared, everything all at once. It's been the biggest thing in my life, and I don't want it to control my life anymore. I want to enjoy my life with my 2-year-old daughter and be able to go on walks with her without mummy freaking out every time there's not a toilet nearby. So that is one of my old stories, that if there's not a toilet, I seize up, I get the fear, and I used to not tell anyone when I was younger. I would just be quietly looking for the loo, and there's various situations where there just isn't one. And I used to use smoking as a tool to make me need the loo when I was younger. So let's say we were going on a family boating thing. I would need a fag while we were still on shore at the cafe to then make myself need the toilet before getting on the boat for, I don't know, an hour or whatever. And when we were out, you can get little islands or whatever from the little rowboats or whatever, and I'd get onto the island and immediately I would look for the best hidden patch of foliage where I could nip round behind a tree and literally go to the toilet if I needed to, because that would make me feel slightly more safe and secure, that I had at least found a location for that, and I would stick very close to it and not close to the other children. I would make myself a complete outsider, because that's what was going around in my head, and that would be the whole day. Car journeys, there's no loo in a car. I would have to go immediately before getting in the car and probably immediately afterwards. And my whole days revolved around trips from one toilet to the next toilet, and how was I going to make it? And then if I did make it, at the end of the car journey, I'd be like, yes. But then there's the next thing, And I want to release that story. I want to go out one day and not know where the toilet is all day and not care about that. I mean, how liberating that would be for me is indescribable. Just to know I don't need to worry about the toilet. There's always one around. It'll be here somewhere. If I need to go, then I'll look for it, rather than preempting and looking for it and having to know at all times, just in case. Because, yeah, when you need the toilet on ulcerative colitis, it almost doesn't really matter where the loo is, to be honest. Even if I know where the toilet is sometimes, then I think, okay, it's a minute walk away. Because if I need the toilet and it's that urgent, you've got 15 to 20 seconds to get there. Not doable, even if you know where it is. So, I will update you on some of my accident stories in the next video. About how many accidents I used to have at school as a teenager and how I covered it up. So thank you for listening, and thank you for seeing me, being here on my journey, for all my releasing and journey to health and happiness.